Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's a good song, eh? I'm just here at the computer, which means we're back. We're going to turn this into a daily show, I think. For the time being, while COVID-19 is COVID-19, we're going to, because I'm in a number of groups, so I get to see lots of information all day, every day. The beautiful thing about Facebook. So what we're going to do is we'll just get rid of this. We'll do that. Yep. Cancel. Yeah. Excellent. We're going to open up my web browser, and we're going to talk to you. Just in case I come up with something and I'm going to find it. How about we talk about that? We talk about Q. Did you know Facebook today has been closing down Q groups because Q conspiracy theorists believe, well, there's fucking compounding evidence to say that it's true, that the Hollywood elite and the elite at the top of the food chain are into some satanic motherfucking shit. So, Mr. Zuckerberg is removing the groups, which is weird because if you remove the groups, then you're trying to silence the right. And if you're silencing the right, you're trying to... What is he trying to do? It's pretty much, you can work this shit out. It's not hard. Like, I don't know, like, people get paid lots of money, lots of good money to come on fucking television or on the YouTube or whatever to tell you shit. And you know what? And they make it seem really hard and difficult to understand. It's not that fucking hard to understand. Right. If you haven't noticed, or you've been under a rock, or you haven't been on Facebook, because the amount of people on the internet right now because of COVID is phenomenal. Alright? So if you haven't been on the internet, or you've been under a rock, just in the last couple of weeks, what's happening is that YouTube, what you're watching this on, is decided that it's going to change its policies, and it's only going to promote stuff that is on the narrative of the WHO. So whatever the WHO says, that's what it will be put on YouTube. If you have an opinion or a point of view, or if you're like the Dr. Eric fucking what's his name from California, who, and him and his guys did 2 months of testing and 2 months of data from their fucking clinic, and came up with the point of view based on statistical data that they compiled in their practice, that COVID-19 and the extreme lockdown is unnecessary. They came to that conclusion based on statistical data that they were running their patients under. Okay, so you've got doctors doing their own, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do your own research. You're supposed to come up with your own point of view and your own, and especially if you're a doctor, because science is supposed to be the answer, isn't it? Right? So you've got this extreme company. I'm going to call them they're an organisation, World Health Organization. So they're a company, right? They're a business. That's what they are. They're a business. All right? They're a corporation. Okay? That's, for starters, that's fucking a bit how you going, just to think of it like that. These guys are a business. And their business is World Health. But they were wrong in January. They were telling everybody not to worry. No, it's fine. It's all good. You've seen it. This is the thing that gets me frustrated, is people see the shit and they see it and they get it and they're like, this, and that's literally said, they literally said that. But yet people go, oh, no, they didn't say that. They didn't say that. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't believe what they just said. That can't be true. That can't be true. It didn't come from Channel 7, Channel 9. It didn't come from CNN. It didn't come from over here. Mate, I watch CNN reporters ask questions of the political leaders. And CNN reporters are dumb as dog shit. My 7-year-old could ask better questions than those guys. They are dead shits. Okay, CNN reporters are dumb. So, you've got Zuckerberg, right, fact-checking. Now, he's using Snopes. Who's owned by a married couple who founded it back in fucking 2000 and whenever it was. And now they get paid money to say this is right or wrong. People get paid to say this is right or wrong. They don't have to research shit. Did you? Right. Here's a really good example of something, right? The guy that came up with the idea of eating bacon and eggs for breakfast as a normal breakfast. Do you know what he did? You can go and read. It's all on the internet. You can go and research. What he did was he went to this doctor and he said, right, if you can get enough of your doctors to tell people, if you can get enough of your doctors to tell each other that this is okay to eat for breakfast without studying it, right? This is way back in the day, right? If you can get enough of your people to say that, then we can get other people to follow that, and we'll be able to do that. And lo and behold, that's what happened. Did the same thing with cigarettes. Did the same thing with alcohol. That's what they do. They do. It doesn't matter. All right? You get enough people saying the one message, guess what happens? The herd follows. Okay? That's how it works. It's herd immunity, herd mentality, herd whatever. Everything's surrounded by the word herd. Why is that? Yet we're humans. We're not pack. We're not pack animals. Well, we are. We're sort of like, we're social, but we don't, you know what I mean? We're social beings, but we're very interconnected to everything around us. But we're not sheep, and we're not cattle, and we're not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, God. Anyway, so it's interesting because today, talking about the herd, right? I've been reading about, because you probably saw the video last night about, probably saw yesterday's episode. We're going to call it an episode. Fuck it. About ScoMo, Scott Morrison, Prime Minister. Every day is becoming more and more of a flog. In my opinion, that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it, and I'm allowed to express it. But every day, he seems like he's just digging a hole. So now, if you had watched the video yesterday, you'll understand that what I'm on about, okay? Because he wants the NRL. He's urging them. He's suggesting it. He's planting the seed that they ban players if they're not. No jab, no play, right? No jab, no play, right? So if you haven't got the vaccination for the flu, which is retarded because, well, we all know how that goes, then you can't play football. Sorry, boys, you can't earn a living if you don't have the vaccination. It's basically what he's saying is that if you don't have a vaccination, you can't go to work and you can't earn it. What sort of human right is that? What sort of society is that? Right? I'll just I think I spoke about it on the video last night. You take one person A, and person B, right? Person A is immune, okay? They've taken the vaccination, so they should be immune, right? They should be immune. Let's just say in a perfect world, perfect scenario, person A has taken the vaccination and is now immune, okay? Right? They're vaccinated. Person B does not take the vaccination. Right? Is person A going to get sick? Or is person B going to get sick? If person B does get sick, is person A going to get sick? In a perfect world, what is the answer? I'll let you answer that. The answer I would go with is no. Person A is safe. Person A is safe. Why? Because they're being vaccinated. Why? Because it was their choice. If person B doesn't vaccinate and person B gets sick, that's on person B. Person A shouldn't have to worry about person B because guess what? Fucking person A is vaccinated. Does that make sense? If you've got 7 people, If you've got a 14-man team, let's just go with 14-man team. If you've got a 14-man team, all right, and you've got that, and 14 are healthy as motherfucking healthy. They're elite athletes, for fuck's sake. 14 get vaccinated, and 7 get vaccinated, 7 do not. Who's at risk? Not the guys that are vaccinated. 2, not apparently to the expectation that the flu vaccine works. Not always. There's thousands of stories where people have taken the vaccination, and I'm not anti-vax, right? But my issue here is now you sit back and today you look at all these keyboard warriors, and that's what this is always about. Is you got these keyboard warriors who want to bring down these people, and they call them anti-vaxxers straight up. Bryce Cartwright is not a fucking anti-vaxxer. He's even said that. Do you know what it is? It's pro-human rights is what it is. It's not anti-vaxxer. He's pro-human rights. He doesn't have to even say that. You can tell that that's what it is, because he wants to be able to choose what he puts in his body. He's a fucking human being. But you've got these fucking knob jockeys who sit on their computers all day. Oh, fucking just get the vaccination. No, don't just get the vaccination. What? Because everybody else is getting it? Why? Why do you have to always? Why does everybody have to just do something because the government is telling us to? You realise the government has fucking been voted in by you, the person, the people, especially here in Australia. It's a democracy, which means that we can. It's in the Constitution. If you don't fucking believe me, you can question the government and you can question them at all times. You have the right to question your government because you voted for them. Okay? The country voted, they won the election. Guess fucking what? The population of Australia can say, hang on a minute, I don't fucking agree with that. But no, instead, oh, fucking, I'm going to miss the NRL because you're not going to get it. I'm a fan and I just want to watch football, but you can't, you're an anti-vaxxer. That's not the case, dickheads. You've got to remember that's not the case. The case here is these players are human beings. Okay? They're fit, they're strong, and they're healthy adults. I bet you 9 times out of 10, those guys don't get the flu because they're elite athletes. They get paid to be relatively healthy. They get paid not to smoke cigarettes and they get pissed. Yeah, they get pissed after a game. Big fucking deal, right? But the guys who actually take their fucking careers seriously, they're there to perform. And they should have the right, just like every human being, every man and every woman should have the right to choose what they put in their body. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not. My kids are vaccinated. I'll be the first one to tell you that. My kids are vaccinated. I'm not anti-vaccinator. I'm not. I can't. I'm neither there or for it. Yeah, we vaccinate. Big deal. If we don't vaccinate, you know why? Because it's my choice. That's my choice. That's what I have to live with. I know all the information. I've read it all. Okay? Kids should be vaccinated. Adults should not be. And they shouldn't be forced. But the point is, ScoMo did the very same thing with the Social Security. When he was a Social Security Minister, he brought in the no jab, no play. And guess what he threatened to do? This is where people don't understand. You shouldn't be threatened to do something, all right? You're in a domestic violence fucking relationship. Let's take that for an example. Do you actually like being in that relationship? I don't fucking think so. Okay? You don't think... You get to a point where you're like, I can't take this shit anymore. I'm always threatened. I can't walk around the house. I can't fucking go to sleep. I'm stressed. You know? It's the same fucking deal. But you let the government decide for you. You let the government threaten you. You let them say, hey, hang on a minute. You know what, if you don't get that, if your kid doesn't get a jab, that kid can't go to daycare. And you know what? I'm not going to subsidise that. you're going to have to pay for the whole lot because your kid's not vaccinated. And guess what happened? All these parents who went and got vaccinated and went and got their kids vaccinated because they didn't want to lose their subsidies and they didn't want to lose their income. You know, all you got to do is apply a little bit of fear. All you got to do is apply a little bit of fear, and guess what will happen? People will change their fucking tune. And that's what he's going to do here. That's basically what he's telling them to do here. He's basically saying, I would fucking do it. Because he's urging them to do it. He's put it on a platter. So basically what he wants people to do is get vaccinated and not have a job. Or not have a job. So he's basically asking you to choose. Choose. He's asking you to choose. Do you want to partake in your job and get paid as an elite athlete? Do you want to be an elite athlete's a healthy ScoMo? You fucking dickhead. I can't believe you don't understand that. Maybe if you laid off the beers, mate. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm seriously not a big fan of yours at all. I think what you're doing is very, very wrong. And I do not agree with it. You've got a bloke telling people that they should be banning their employees, because that's what they are, effectively. The rugby league players, they're employed. They're employed by their club, and then they're also an employee under the contracts of the NRL, under that body, under that organisation, under that company, under that business structure. So what he's saying is that he wants them to either choose, and this is what trolls are saying. I'm going to find some. Let's find some. We'll go to Facebook. I was reading one earlier. I was just like, I can't even comment, because if I start commenting, I'm just going to go on and on and on, and I just can't stop. Just can't. Let's have a look. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Like I just, and then what happens is, Bryce Cartwright, good on you, mate. Good on you. Stand up for what you believe in. These guys that are bad-mouthing you and mouthing off, they're just idiots. They don't understand the concept of choosing. I bet you if the government said, oh, well, you can't have a pack of cigarettes and let's pay $100. You know what those guys would do? You know what they'd do, wouldn't you? They'd go straight for the $100 bill. Oh, and they'd complain. They'd complain because they have to choose. Because they've given a no-win ultimatum. Quit or pay $100. What are you going to do? You carry on. Carry on, you would. I know you would. And then you go and buy a packet for $100. Because that's what people are like. People are scared. Gotta go to Sky News. Sky News, boys. Sky News Australia. That's where I saw it. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. Yeah, here it is. 681 comments. Let's have a gaze. Let's have a look. Let's have a gaze. Yep. This guy's all right. I like that. I like that comment. It's ridiculous setting the precedent that any employee can say get a vaccine or don't get paid. That's that guy. He's a star. We'll give that a like. What do we got? Right. This person's name's A. Bow. A. Bow. I'm not going to say their full name. Move into today's world. Nursing homes require proof that you have had a flu shot before entering, be it a visitor or a worker, maintenance or delivery person. Flu shots are becoming mandatory now. You know what? They don't have to become mandatory because people like this make it happen. Dickheads like A. Bow, right? They make it happen because guess what they do? They follow the fucking herd. So what they do is they go, oh, no, I've got to have it because the government said it's safe, right? So I don't get a choice. I've got to have it now because if I don't have the flu vaccination, right, I can't have a job in a place I enjoy working. Do you get the point yet? That's the point. That's the point, right? It's all pre-planned yet. No, what that one's a good comment. Medical coercion is unlawful. Here we go. We found someone that actually knows what they're talking about. I love when this happens. Medical coercion is unlawful. It is criminal behaviour for the government. Yeah, we'll give that a love heart. That's a fucking big one. To carry health risks. To say you don't have to have vaccines if you don't want to, but you can't work, send your kids to school and you won't be able to feed your family. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say. Is that you're basically giving this person a no-win situation. Because at the end of the day, they're going to have to not follow their moral compass, which their moral compass is saying, I don't want a vaccination because I have the right to choose. But then the government's saying, hang on a minute, or workplace is saying, hang on a minute, well, if you don't get vaccinated, then you can't work here. Then if you can't work there, and let's say you love that job, you can't work there because you haven't got a vaccination, right? The more workplaces start doing this, the more will do it. And then the more will do it. And then before you know it, it'll be 100% mandatory. And your moral compass and your human rights are out the fucking window. Because of people not like her, not like Sylvie. I'm going to call her Sylvie, right? Not like Sylvie. Sylvie's got it, right? People like Sylvie need to exist. So that people like fucking A Bow can't tell us what to do. This is dictator. It was 8 hours ago, so probably won't find it. Vaccines are the new gold rush. Government's closed the world company over a fraud false flag. Yeah, that guy, I'll give that a like. Illogical as Spock. But the current flu vaccination does not stop COVID-19. Valid point. Valid point. COVID-19 does not get stopped by the flu. Excuse me, because it's a different strain, isn't it? It's a different kind of virus. So we're led to believe. I mean, we could have the fucking thing and not even know we've got it. Did you know that in Tanzania, the president just tested a pawpaw and a goat and they were both fucking positive for COVID? And that's how you cough, by the way. And that's a cough because I was fucking talking way too fast. So before you numbnuts start thinking I've got COVID, pull your head in. How about all the politicians get a jab first? I would love to see that. Anastasia Palisade, however you say your last name, dickhead. I saw you on Channel 7 with your fake jab. If you haven't seen that and you've watched my videos, go and find it. It's out there. Just go watch it and watch it in slow motion. You'll see. She goes, oh, that didn't hurt. And as she says that, you can still see the cap on the end of the jab. So when these lefty whiners get their way, nah. It's mandatory for nurses. Why not? If you want a job, you abide by the rules. KCD. If it's mandatory for nurses. It shouldn't be, though. It shouldn't be. Do you not understand that? It shouldn't be. If you want to be a nurse, great. Congratulations for being a great human being and for wanting to care for other people. But because you want to care for other people doesn't mean that you should be forced to having a vaccination if you don't want one. But hang on, if you want to be a nurse, you've got to fucking have one. So now you can't be a nurse and you can't put food on the table. Now you have a shitty job. Where's this going to lead to? Because tomorrow's episode will be fucking gold. We're almost finished, guys. I'm going to read one or two more comments on this post when I can find them. This is wrong. No vaccine should be mandatory for your employment. Yes, correct. The Monday, because it's a human right and you shouldn't be ostracised from society and from a workplace. I thought the PM was on one of our greatest until the COVID-19. Oh, DL. Here we go. I'm on his page, I think. I thought this PM was one of the greatest until COVID-19. Now, with turning of humans into animals with the tracking thing and sell out junk and scam big pharma. Wow, can't read that. Treating people like cattle has exposed himself. I don't think that sensible Australians are going to like this. There it is. That's the money shot. Sensible Australians are not going to fucking cope with this. And they're not going to put up with it. People who can think for themselves will not put up with this. And there's a lot more of those than there are of the herd, by the way, as I've found out in a few of my groups. He needs to explain how this is going to protect them from coronavirus. It is not going to protect them from the coronavirus. It is his way of initiating the phases of mandatory vaccination. Meaning that when there is a vaccination for COVID-19, guess who the fuck has to have one? You do. And you can't ask questions. Australia is already breaking the Nuremberg laws with the no jab, no play for kids. And that's right. I don't agree with it. But I made the choice, and I have to make that choice. We did it, okay? We don't agree with it, but we did it, okay? Everyone has been warned they would come after adults next. Either roll up your sleeves or fight back. Tracy! Tracy's the star. I wonder if these players could claim against private medical if being released. Problem is we don't have very good investigative journalists. The only ones that are any good really only stay to what they've been told to fucking do. So Hitchcock, if you ever watch my videos, investigate this shit, actually. You know, be a good journalist, because you are. You're a great journalist, but be an even better journalist and actually do something that's going to be more productive for the Australian people instead of finding out who murdered who from fucking 40 years ago. Nobody cares about that shit anymore. Okay? Nobody cares. Alright? Actually, that's probably insensitive. The families probably do care, okay? But those sort of things can wait. Mate, these things are right on. And I've seen what you do on Channel 7. Stop it, Denham. Stop it. You're way better than that. What's the issue? Don't coaches inject them with God knows what? Oh, now this is an Essendon person. Oh, here we go, Essendon person. I'm not getting involved. Not. Stay away. Sounds like the pharma company is going to fill the Chinese gap. We'll just make them sicker and more prone to coronavirus. Silly? No, that's not correct, but it's not correct at all. Why weren't they worried about the flu last year when thousands... Valid point. Last one, right? Why weren't they worried about the flu last year when thousands were infected and nearly thousands died? 264 alone in Queensland. Yes, statistics. There is 25 million Australians. 300,000 cases per year of the flu. Right, I know this because I've researched it. I researched it weeks and weeks ago. 18,000 hospitalisations and about between 1,500 and 3,000 deaths on average per year. And guess what the population is that it kills? You guessed it. The old vulnerable manner. And that's sad. It is sad, but guess what?